Like when you have a young team, those types of things happen. You don't back up, you don't move through the ball. You don't make clean throws. You don't catch the balls in the outfield. I guarantee you next year we don't make those same mistakes.
Holy crap, dude. That was probably the worst day of the spring semester for OU. Maybe
Yeah.
the worst day of the year if you don't count, like, probably OU Texas is probably the worst day of the year. Anyway, the
Yeah.
season is over. The OU athletic season is over. There is no more sports.
Yep.
And
Done.
we just went out in the worst way possible.
Golly, go 0-2 in barbecue.
Yeah. I mean, both teams in their season on the same day. I
Yeah.
wonder when the last time that's happened was, but anyway, baseball,
A
2
long time
o'clock.
ago.
We're excited. We're on national TV. They sell their opportunity. And then
Just poop the bed.
God,
14
they
to
were
4.
butt.
What are we
And
doing?
then softball. What a game. I mean, what
Yeah.
an a game. That was incredible. That was actually incredible.
Yeah.
Man, that home run, I thought it was Sooner Magic, and it was
It
Sooner
was.
Magic.
It was.
It was.
And just bad defense down the stretch, honestly, like that in that seventh inning. Like Sam Landry, they were they were getting exactly what they wanted off of Sam. Not gonna lie. They were getting
Yeah.
exactly what they wanted. And when they got that runner to third, they only had one. It was like, let's just get an easy
Yeah.
let's just get a freaking easy pop fly. And they got literally first pitch. Lauren Allred got
Yeah.
exactly what she wanted, which was
Yep.
just a pop fly, get it deep enough out there where that third baseman can just dip, get home, and it was
Dude,
that was a heartbreaker, really.
what really
Well,
sucks. Oh, go ahead, Colby. But
I was just gonna say the runner got on because of an error
yeah,
from the
Yeah,
shortstop. So like Sam did her job. She got back-to-back ground balls, got him out on the first one. She gets another ground ball, and then it's an error. And then you get a freaking double off the wall, which also should have been caught.
hmm
So now you have second and third when he should have already been out at the inning. And at that point in time, I was like, the game's over because now you
yeah,
just have to hit a pop fly. And what's crazy is we had the outfield in, which is like what you do. You have infield in,
yeah,
outfield
and
in.
literally,
Basically, if they hit it over your head, it's over anyways. But at least you give yourself a chance. We had outfield in, and the right field, she didn't even have to move. Like the ball was in. And instead of backing up and moving
get
through
behind
the
it.
ball
Yeah,
so you can hum it home, she just stood there, took one step and threw it like she was playing catch. She had no juice behind her arm, and she was safe by a mile. I'm like, dude, like, I don't know. That's just baseball talk, but just like, you back up, you get your
get behind the
speed,
ball.
momentum
Yeah,
going
like,
into the ball, crow hop, and let it fly. And she just stood there and threw it. I'm like, dude, that's not gonna. I'm not trying to blame it on the right fielder, but it was just like the defense caught sold. Like Sam Landry did not sell that game. It was like the shortstop makes an errant throw because she's trying to be freaking Jeter. Then the left fielder misses the jump ball. I mean, yeah, the left fielder I give more grace because that was a hard catch, but it still should have been caught. Like it wasn't. It wasn't being an insane play. Like if she caught it, and then of
yeah,
course the right fielder not throwing hard enough. It's just
yeah. It was bad
it's
defense as a
unfortunate,
whole, but
but in those
Sam
things though,
Landry, Sam Landry had a bad game as a whole, I would say.
I mean, I would say that too, but 2 runs throughout 7 innings is not a bad game. Like
Yeah, but Texas Tech
that's
has like
not bad.
Texas Tech is a terrible offense. What I guess what I'm
I mean,
trying
it
to
can't be
say
that
is
terrible if they're in the semis. Like Najee
what I'm trying
Kennedy
to say is
can't be that. She can't throw
they
every game.
they had her at like 45 pitches in the second inning. That's what I'm trying
That
to
is
say is like she had a
crazy.
bad
Yeah,
she had a bad game.
but
That's just
even
what
then
it
though,
was.
if you're at 45 in the second inning and you've only allowed 2 runs through seven, she found a way to bounce back.
Yeah,
Like
I agree. I agree.
it's
Like it
still
wasn't she
good,
didn't
but
sell the game. That's not what I'm trying to say. She just
no, yeah, she didn't
came big
sell.
and that last pitch, Lauren Allred got literally exactly what she wanted off
Yeah,
of her.
just fastball down the middle. I will say this
Um
though.
here's good.
That I just wanted to finish.
No, you're good.
Thank you. I will say this: those errors and those types of things are just a representation of a young team. Like when you have a young team, those types of things happen. You don't back up, you don't move through the ball, you don't make clean throws, you don't catch the balls in the outfield. I guarantee you next year we don't make those same mistakes. And I bet we go on a 3-year run starting next year. I could totally see that. I think just this year it was just young and inexperienced. You had just younger players making errors. It's just That's just what happens when you're a young team. But the fact that we made it this far as a young team, and not as dominant pitching as we had last year with like Kelly Maxwell and company, it's just pretty impressive what Patty's been able to do. Just disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I know you're saying that was exactly what I was going to say is that Abby Garcia has probably been, her and Nelly have probably been our two best defenders all year.
Yeah.
So for her, like, she makes crazy plays at short. And it's like,
Yeah.
and she's literally a freshman, led the team in home
Yeah.
runs. Like, I can't hate.
Yeah. But she's 18.
She's 18, probably maybe
Yeah.
19. And then
Yeah.
Sydney Barker in right field. This was like, I think maybe her 10th ever game playing in the outfield. So it's
That's
like the great,
crazy.
like she's supposed to be a first baseman. And it's like
Yeah.
also another
Yeah.
freshman.
It's like
It's
she
like
doesn't know.
she
Yeah.
doesn't know. I mean, she probably does know, but in the moment you're just like, I just have to
Yeah.
catch the ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Exactly.
then like watching it, it was like, there's no way. I was like, oh, she's hosed if she gets this.
That's
Because
what
that
I
was,
was saying.
and
Yeah. It
then
was
it's
so
just like,
short.
but then you
Yeah.
think about it again, it's like, if he did the same, like if you put me out there in right field at that same ball, the guy's probably not hosed. I didn't play the outfield. At first base,
Yeah.
you don't need to have a rocket. You
Yeah.
don't have to have a crazy arm. So I was like, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, please. But the one thing I think is that Sam Landry had to throw every single game in the when we got to OKC. And
That's
she did the
crazy.
same thing every time, get deep into counts, and her pitch
Yep.
count skyrocket. She had thrown 400 pitches. She had thrown 400 pitches, I think, against Oregon. Like she hit that mark, and I was like, "That's you've thrown 400 pitches through 3 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's
insane.
absurd." So it's
That's
just
not
like
good.
at some point, Patty has to. I don't think we can keep relying on one girl
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
carry us the whole team. We need at
Yeah.
least two. Texas, what do
Yeah.
they have Mac Morgan and they have Tegan Kavan. They
Yeah.
both are dominant and they could go and throw and win a ring this year. So that's the problem. It's like we have Sam and then we might have Houston Deal, but you never know what you're gonna get with her. She might give up 50 or she might throw an absolute, gem.
Yeah.
So and like you said, dude, they're young. So next year and we have the literally statistically the best recruiting freshman classes incoming this next year. Like
Yeah.
these other teams, I know they are thanking God that they're like, yes, we got them. But it's like, brother, we're literally coming back with every girl
Yeah.
that was on this team besides Sydney Sanders and
Yeah.
then more. So
Mm-hmm.
like you're
Yeah.
cooked. But my dude, I hate it so much. Probably two of the teams I can't stand are the ones that are going to be playing in this championship.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yep.
going for Tech. I'm sorry, I have to.
Got to. Got to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta
It's
agree,
just
man.
it's unfortunate.
I feel like a good throw would have made it to home. Have to agree on that. Like I feel like that was a play that could have been made. And then the
Yeah.
Cassie Pickering. That's gonna haunt her for actual life. Like she will never forget that ball going like right over her head. Very
Yeah.
catchable ball, super catchable ball. That went off the wall. So
Yeah. Yeah.
um
I want to clarify. I came with these girls kind of hard. I think it's just I was trying to I'm saying this if anybody's like listening. It was just like those things just happen when you're young. Like plain and simple. Like when I was a freshman in college, I made those same mistakes. But when I got older, I didn't, So you kind of just learn as you go, especially transition from first base to outfield is such a good point. Like you're not going to know to come through the ball and those things. You should, if you're playing outfield, you should, but in the moment, if you've only done it 10 times,
Yeah.
like you're not going to you're not going to know. So,
yeah.
but those mistakes once again will get cleaned up next year.
Yeah. Well, I was listening to something pregame. I don't know. Somewhere somebody talking about softball and they were saying, the matchup here really, the game within the game is OU going to be able to extend these at bats with Nigel Kennedy? And is
Mhm.
Tech going to be able to extend the at bats with Sam Landry? And guess who won that game easily? Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Sam Landry, there was one at bat in the second inning that I was watching. I was just putting my head in my hands. I was like, it was the 10th at bat. And then they walked and
Or 10th pitch of the
the
at bat.
10th pitch of the at bat, and
Yeah.
then she walked her, and I was like, golly, that's the exact
Dude.
opposite what you want. And then Kennedy, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It was just over and
Yeah.
over.
I bet their
And
coach was jumping for joy. The
yeah,
10th pitch walk, the dugout goes
I
crazy
mean,
oh
when you
once you
have one
get
of
past
those.
6 or 7, you're
Yeah.
just once you get in
Yeah.
plus 7+ range, you're just like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
so and then
I'm on
Kennedy's,
him. I'm on him.
Kennedy's striking us out in 5. So it's like it it was just a whole different ball game when it came to the pitching. So that was just unfortunate. That's just kind of how it went. And then you just got to give props. Kennedy is so good,
She's
so freaking
insane.
good. And I wanted to bring this up to y'all. We had her on campus. She was here. She wanted to come here over Tech.
Yeah.
We just had to give her $1 million.
Mhm. No.
We would have won the World Series.
I Dude, think okay, if you take us back to last year, we
Mhm.
had beaten her twice in the World Series. Why shell out a millie if we've already beat her before? We don't need her.
Okay, at the time, I agree. But now looking like if you could see the future, $1 million seems like a pretty good deal for how good I mean, greatest player of all time, greatest pitcher of all time, maybe. Like she's
I don't
shaping up to
know.
be
Dude, I'm
national
just looking at it
championship.
like John Mateer is on a 1.5 million per year contract.
Yeah.
Would I
Who
rather have Nigel Kennedy or John Mateer? Like,
Yeah, but I guess what I'm pointing out is like the 1 million bought them a or well would have bought us a national championship, and
yeah,
the not paying her 1 million cost us a national championship.
yeah.
It's literally like John Mateer probably won't get us a national championship. Sorry, Pod, but Nigel Kennedy, it's like it's crazy that like that decision cost us the Natty. That decision
Yeah,
literally cost us the Natty,
yeah, yeah.
which
You
is
can't say that.
crazy to say. That I think this is the first time in the NIL era where you can like point at a purchase and say that purchase, making it or not making it,
And here's the thing,
Yeah,
bro.
cost us a natty.
We go through, we're literally talking about this for a podcast, and I was looking at it last night. All these tech fans in the comments, Nigel Kennedy did, he's not the reason. Guys, if you look, I'm gonna look myself in the mirror right now. You guys are not. You've never made it to the Women's College World Series until this year. You cannot tell me Nigel Kennedy is not the reason that you guys
Yeah,
are
that's
there.
crazy.
She
yeah.
hits. She literally hits too.
They're
Like
a bum program. They always have been. They
they
get
just
one
have
good
crazy
player,
donors.
and now they think their program is historically
You're
amazing. It's
not.
like you
You're
guys were
not.
garbage. You paid $1 million because you have $1 billion oil and gas donor who said, "I'm going to make sure Texas Tech gets a national championship,"
Yeah.
and that's why you're there. Don't
I mean,
don't act like Texas Tech is some like historically amazing program other than football. And even then, they've been terrible the last 10 years. So
Yeah.
just weird.
but Spencer, to answer your question, dude, I still stick with my answer. I don't think I would have given her the Millie Bomb because I think that money that we would have spent on her, we probably would have lost. Like, I don't know if some of those girls would have transferred in here because I know we had to pay them a decent price.
I
So
don't think Sam Landry would have came,
I don't think
honestly.
so either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She probably, yeah, I don't know.
It's tough. It's tough to say. It's tough when it's literally like so clear that yes, that
Yeah.
decision would have gotten us a national championship.
Because
Because
we could
yeah,
be
you
having
can
a
say
different
John Mateer
conversation.
cost 1 million. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
say Jeremiah Fears cost this. But those guys don't clearly make it a national championship team versus a
That is
not
true.
national.
It's a
I
good
mean, this
point.
is like the equivalent of like the Lakers getting LeBron. Like it's like, oh, this guy is going to bring us in the NBA finals. Like that's just what
Yeah.
LeBron
Or the
does.
Cavs.
Yeah, it's like the
Yeah.
Cavs getting LeBron back, literally.
Yeah.
Um, it is a very different level because I think Najee Kennedy sticks out like a sore thumb in college softball. Just like she is
She's
gonna
elite.
be one of the greats. Yeah.
Yeah. She's great. Yeah. It's
Anyway,
just, it's interesting. I don't know. I don't know. Is softball worth $1 million? Is softball championship worth $1 million?
super
That's the big
dramatic day
question.
yesterday. Super
Yeah.
I
dramatic
don't know.
days.
It's a good
Dude, it's
run.
so funny. Interviews when girls lose is so much different than when guys lose.
Yeah.
And like the opposing team, for example, their coach and their girls came out and were like, we just love them so much. We're so sad that it had to be Sam, and we're so sad that it had to be OU. Like, we're so honored to beat the dynasty of OU. I was like, dude, that is just not what happens when a guy loses or beats. Like, that's not what, Baker Mayfield would say if he had just beat Georgia or
Literally.
Yeah.
something like that. And then, of course, all the OU girls are, "Oh, I can't believe it's over. Just crying. But it's not even like crying. It's like, they're like they can't get their words out because they're sniffling.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, this is great.
That's funny.
It's so different than guys where, like Baker cried, but I don't know. It's just different. It's just
Yeah.
so different watching how they react. It's just a lot more like emotional. But anyway, yeah, very crazy. All
Yeah.
right, we'll wrap it up for the day. All right, bud. We'll see you later.
Peace.